How is paint made? Hi, welcome to Curious Kids Every Day. I'm Josh. How are you doing today? It's so good to hear from you. Hey, do you like to paint? Oh, my kids love to paint. It's always a big event in our house. Mama, can we paint today? My wife gets out a big sheet so that nothing spills on our table. Then she gets all of the paints out, and the brushes and the paper, and my kids will just sit there for hours and paint. They love it. It's always a special day around here when we get the paint out. Do you have a favorite color that you like to paint with? What color is that? Paint is such an interesting thing, isn't it? Have you ever really thought about it? It starts out wet, but once it's on the paper, it slowly starts to dry. And eventually, it's completely stuck on that paper. Or if the paint got on your fingers, you have this dry paint all over your fingers. Now, can you think of anything else that you can use paint for? What about the walls of your house? Those need paint. The outside of houses need paint. You can paint all kinds of things. Paint is amazing. But have you ever wondered how it's made? Let's figure it out today. Paint gets its color from something called pigment. Pigment is a tiny colored powder. If you have red paint, there's red pigment in it. If you have blue paint, there's blue pigment in it. Pigments can come from different minerals or can be created in a lab. But that's not the whole story, because if you just rubbed dry colored powder on paper, well, some of it might stick, but a lot of it would just dust off. So paint also needs something called a binder. Now, the binder is the part that helps the color stick to the surface after the paint dries. You can think of it like the gluey part of the paint. No, I said gluey. Paint also needs liquid. The liquid helps the paint spread around before it dries. In the kind of paint that you use for your drawings, that liquid is mostly water. As paint dries, much of the liquid leaves the paint and goes into the air. Do you know what we call it when water disappears into the air? Yep, that's called evaporation. So when you brush paint onto paper, the liquid helps it spread out. But as the liquid evaporates, the binder stays behind and holds the pigment in place. That's why the color doesn't disappear when the paint dries. Now, in a paint factory, the ingredients are measured very carefully. Then they're mixed together in a large machine. And they have to make sure that the pigment gets spread evenly throughout the paint. Because if the tiny pigment particles stayed clumped together, the paint might look lumpy or streaky. So the machines grind and mix the paint until the color is very, very smooth. Some paints also have extra ingredients called additives. And additives can help paint dry at the right speed. Or it can keep it from getting too foamy. Or it can make it thicker. Or it can help it last longer in the container. There are different recipes for different kinds of paint because wall paint, and finger paint, watercolor paint, outdoor paint, it all needs to work in different ways. But at the end of the day, no matter how you make it, it's all paint. And it makes our world a lot more colorful. Okay, let's have a quick quiz. What part of paint gives it color? It's called pigment. And what part helps the color stick after the paint dries? That's called a binder. And what happens to the liquid in the paint as it dries? It evaporates into the air. Let's play true or false. True or false? Pigment is the part of paint that gives it shape. No, that's false. It gives it its color. True or false? Paint dries because all the pigment disappears. That is false. The pigment is what stays behind. True or false? A binder helps hold the pigment on the surface. That is true. True or false? Every kind of paint has the exact same recipe. That is false. They can use different additives. Would you rather paint your room a different color or paint your house a different color? Or the apartment building you live in or wherever you live? What would you do? Would you paint your room or paint the place you live a different color? I'm okay with the color of my house for now, but I would like to paint this room I'm in. It could have a little more personality. I think I should do some research and decide what colors to make this room. All right, let's play a round of What Am I? What am I? I am very tiny. I help decide whether something is red or yellow or blue or another color. I am the colored powder mixed into wet material. What am I? I am pigment. So now we know how paint is made. It's a carefully mixed recipe. Pigment gives it color, binder helps it stick, liquid helps it spread, and extra ingredients can help it work the way it needs to work. The next time you paint a picture, now you know why it dries the way it does. And now I want to paint something. Maybe we'll get out the paints today, kids. What kind of question do you think we'll ask tomorrow on Curious Kids Every Day? I can't wait to find out. So until then, keep asking questions and stay curious, kids. And we've got some birthdays today. Today is Lula's birthday. Lula is from Illinois, and Lula is turning 7. Happy birthday, Lula. Miles is from California, and Miles is turning 5. Happy birthday, Miles. Mary is from Arkansas, and Mary is turning 8. Happy birthday, Mary. Ezra is from Toronto, Ontario, and Ezra is turning 5. Happy birthday, Ezra. Ava is from Texas, and Ava is turning 6. Happy birthday, Ava. And Indy is from Georgia, and Indy is turning 4. Happy birthday, Indy. To all the grown-ups listening, if your curious kid wants their birthday mentioned on the show, please visit supportcuriouskids.com and join the Curious Kids Club. That's supportcuriouskids.com. See you tomorrow.